Hello, everyone. Sorry for the movement. I am so excited to be bringing on a friend and one of our expert speakers. So I am trying to see if he is here and hopefully he will join us. So, the privilege of being friends with Scott Conway. Scott is the creator founder of Guardian Kajuko. Oh, okay. Scott is hopefully coming up. And we might have some genius, emotional genius to be sharing. He said he just had a revelation. Okay, let's see. We are trying to add him, share the broadcast, and invite. We're live. We all learned today. I had not done these dual lives before on Facebook too, so hopefully you can come on. Apparently we needed to do it via phone instead of via desktop, which is what I'm used to. So hopefully it will work, but definitely keep trying. So Scott is my dear friend, and I met Scott through Virginia Mooskies, who will also be on a speaker promo tomorrow night and on the summit with us, and on Saturday the 12th. But Scott and I connected on many different levels, one of which is having this connection to Hawaii. For myself, being from Hawaii, Scott, I think, was born in Hawaii, but his mom is also deep in the culture as a Hawaiian, beautiful woman that I got to speak with briefly over the phone. Oh, okay. So Scott is not on phone. My apologies, I should have warned. But he just made a decision about his conversation that he's having with us at the summit. So I am so curious to hear about it. What I love about Scott is his preciseness. He has a rule for every situation in life, and it's because he's an 8th degree, 9th degree black belt, a guardian Kajuko Kempo Do. I think I said that correctly. He is a lawyer. He is a inspirational speaker. He has written accidentally many books. I cannot count because he accidentally writes them over a weekend periodically. He also does amazing book summaries, so that if there's a book that you think is out there that you have not gotten the tips and tricks from, most likely he's read it. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
How are you?
I am doing well. Okay, let me turn off my desktop so that way we don't get feedback.
All right, we did it. And amazing. We all kind of learned this today, or at least I did as well. Oh, I hit a
Let's
button.
see.
I don't know.
Will that turn if I turn? Or
Nope, now you're
nope.
sideways. But was your ears ringing, Scott? Because we were talking about you and your speech and all the different things. Boomy was very intrigued as well. So you probably had some ringing ears there.
Yeah. Well, and I will tell you that I was literally making a decision, and I was just writing about it on my thread on my latest of the posts about the pending summit. And part of it has to do with it. There's a colleague and I, I'll go ahead and call it butt heads because we have differences in philosophy, differences in how we approach evidence and how we apply evidence and how we apply labels and do vocabulary. And so every once in a while, it's kind of interesting where like something I say or post kind of like sets him off because it's one of his things. And we both have this expertise in certain areas, but we come at it differently. And yeah, and that's certainly true when you have any colleagues who learn independent of one another but you deal with the same areas, some of your stuff isn't going to align with the other one. And he is of the school that says there is no such thing as a negative emotion. Nothing is negative.
Mm.
And I am of the school that says, well, negative emotions mean there's an emotion giving you information on a negative situation. So you need to look to see, okay, is the information actually negative? If so, what about it is negative? How can you mitigate the negative, or fix the negative, or make it positive? So what can you do with it? And so, and it goes to all sorts of other things. When I say be a plus, not a minus, it's because there's ways to be a plus and there's ways to be a minus, and being a plus is positive, being a minus is negative, and so on and so forth. What this discussion has inspired in me is going, okay, there's a significant chunk of our community that would probably want to jump in and fight about the labels, when the labels are the labels for a comprehensive reason related to an entirely integrated, internally self-consistent principle set that crosses a whole bunch of related disciplines. And it's hard to explain in a comment thread or in
I
a
was gonna say
30-minute presentation material that was in a 200-page book and that spans 6 books. So what I thought, what? I think when I do the presentation on Path to Powers, I'm going to expand my giveaway to give away a full PDF copy of my entire book, Emotional Genius. So rather than going to Amazon and buying it for $20 or downloading it to your Kindle for $10, I will see if I can find a way to make that available to the people who attend the summit for free, and just put that out there. So that way I'm not trying to explain 180 pages of material in a Facebook comment thread.
I am so grateful, and that is such a huge bonus, Scott. I mean, I use the Emotional Genius Framework in everything. It's one of those things that's it's transformation, right? Transformation is where your whole paradigm has shifted, and something that you've heard or seen cannot be unheard or unseen. And that is the emotional genius, is how do you identify emotions and utilize that label, as you said, to be powerful, to be
Mm-hmm.
peaceful, to be um, in action. And that's, I mean, it is exactly who you are, and you serve
Mm-hmm.
so deeply. That is amazing. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. So wow. Okay. So if you were to phrase that in a way that you're teaching your keiki, your kids in the dojo, what would be the first step from an emotional genius perspective? Because you unpacked a lot of phrases there that I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I was telling kids like about positive emotions, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, well, when I talk to kids, I tell them like, if something's bad, should you feel bad? And most kids go, yeah. It's like, and if something's good, should you feel good? I go, yeah. So now here's the problem when something's bad. Sometimes when you feel bad, do you sometimes want to do bad things? Like when you feel angry, do you want to yell and scream and do other things that maybe it's going to make it worse and not better? And and a 7-year-old goes, yeah. So I literally do the keiki lessons, because I sit down and teach I teach astonishingly mature information to. I had a whiteboard with there's nothing but all these letters, and she just wanted to know, like, I'm just curious because I just saw this and now we're talking. She's like, what are all those letters? And I rattled it off to her. So that's like your entire relationship program on one whiteboard. So yeah, that's from a kids class. Like I have this 9-year-old girl that can probably tell you what almost every letter on that whiteboard means. And being able to teach it to children at that level, because children know when they feel bad. I mean, you don't have to teach them kind of advanced spiritual transformational vocabulary for them to understand that if you feel bad because something bad happened, that's okay. You're supposed to feel bad. It's bad. And the challenge is that we have what we call the self-protection reaction. That's the emotional genius language to it. But that when you feel bad, you want to do something about feeling bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that first reaction sometimes isn't very good. And most kids know that too. And the big one is like when you're scared, you don't want to do some stuff that maybe you should do. Or when you're angry, you want to say things or do things that maybe you shouldn't say and maybe you shouldn't do. And 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds get that. And so the entire language of emotions is one part of a larger framework that then also ties into forgiveness techniques and the spirit soul body model and something called freedom techniques and embrace, elevate, expand, and all of that is part of it. And on Saturday, I'll be talking about having a whisper relationship with fear. Is when you have a whisper relationship with fear, then that gives you tremendous wisdom and tremendous power when you understand the message when it's whispered. So you don't have the terror of the anxiety. I remember there was one time, because I'm a night person, so if you log online and it's 1 a.m. my time and I'm online, no one's shocked. And someone was like, well, for me, it's the middle of the night and I'm up just with this anxiety. Mr. Anxiety paid me a visit. And I said, well, tell him I said hi. We're old friends. And someone said, I didn't know you felt anxiety. It's like, oh, no, I didn't say that I feel anxiety. I said that fear and I are good friends. I have a very positive relationship with my negative emotions.
So good. So, so good. I cannot wait for Saturday. That is unbelievable. You bring me peace every time we connect. I'm so
Why,
grateful.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That is that my number 4? My number 4 moving toward value
Aha.
is peace. My number 1 moving toward value is love. Number 2 is joy. Number 3 is whole person, whole life living. And number 4 is peace.
Mm. Well, I think we can all use a lot of that. And we're so blessed to have you on the summit. I mean, we have such a variety of speakers, but having the anchors of some of these foundational, transformational, and lifelong lessons is how we can promise to our listeners that there will be action, there will be tools that they can apply in any given situation, like if they're staying up all night long because they're in anxiety or in stuck. And so I'm so grateful to, well, the dots of connection, right, all the way back to the origin. So grateful to Virginia. Grateful to you from her introduction, in the future, going into the future, for all the people that we hope to impact.
Oh, hi, Caleb.
Oh, Caleb's here. So Caleb and I were supposed to go. Let me see if I can invite him. Caleb and I were supposed to go on a live, and then Caleb jumped on a live with Boomy, our other host. I don't know how to bring you on. Can you request to be on, Caleb? And
Can we do 3
he's
people
watching.
on the live?
I think so. I
Just
hope so.
because I don't know. This is the first time I've done 2 people on a
I
live.
know. Oh, yep, he wants to be in the video, so we're gonna invite him to the video. Already a guest. Caleb, can't bring Caleb. There's already a guest. Oh, it's only one. Okay. Scott, I'm gonna let you go since I just popped you in, if
Mm-hmm.
that's okay.
That is totally okay. And because now I have to go figure out, like, how do I get my PDF up on the site so that way it's available. Because I won't set it up as a whole new lead magnet opt-in, but I'm going to like make sure that when they opt in and they go to the site to download the free gift, that it's there too.
Oh,
So
amazing.
I'm
Well,
gonna
and
I'm gonna go figure out tech.
I love it, and I love your spontaneity, which you always show up so powerfully and beautifully with, because we were talking about you all day long. So I promise you, if you listen to all the different lives, we brought you up a few times because of your just Renaissance life, and we can't wait for the wisdom. So thank you, my friend.
Okay. And by the way, if you want a book count, I'm at 47.
Okay. 47 books.
47 books. And those are the ones you can find on Amazon. I mean, it's 48, but the other one was a collaboration and you'll never find it. But
oh my goodness.
All right, well, I will jump off so Caleb can jump on. And God bless. And of course, aloha.
Aloha. Thank you, Scott. Mahalo. Caleb's coming on. Hey.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, that Boomy can talk, let me tell you.
I was like, that was fun. 15, I couldn't find you, so I pulled Shabare up, and then I found you on Instagram, like doing a sneak attack.
I thought we were going for like 15 minutes, and then an hour in, it's like, here we go.
I love it. Well, are you driving or are you riding?
No, I'm riding. Mom is driving.
Okay. All
we're
right,
pulling over from the fire truck. Hi.
Not driving to the hospital yet, right?
No, not yet. Hey, you got a laugh out of my wife too. That's good.
I heard the chuckle. I was like, that's dedication.
I would be in big trouble, wouldn't I, Sharon?
What a day it's been, right?
Wow, what a day. It gives a whole new meaning to Sundays, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know if I'm sharing properly, but I know we can share the videos after. And I just had to bring Scott up because we've been talking about him and all the different things that he does. And so I was like, all right, let's bring some of the other speakers in. Are you there? Caleb.
Uh-oh.
I think you might be there.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right.
Okay.
So Sunday Faith, I think that's what we need to close this out for the Paths to Towers Clan journey.
Wow. Man, I tell you what, it's it's just so exciting to see, the faith building, really. People's faith, their courage, their hope, because this is a community that legitimately cares about what happens to them in the future, right? And so, in the midst of the uncertainty, in the midst of all the unknown variables about tomorrow and the next year, people are finding that this is a place where it's extended family, right? It's a community that cares. It's a support system and structure where they're going to get their hands held to find the courage that they need, whether that's in their business, their health, or their mindset, so that, as we transition through Christmas, New Year's, they're going to be empowered to take the next step. And I love that, Sharon.
Yeah. It's the thing that once we make that commitment and we truly give, and hopefully you guys everyone has seen it, right? It's inevitable. It's inevitable. And it's what's going to happen. And it's been all day long. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude.
I feel the same way. The gratitude that just keeps bubbling in my heart. Even Boomy said the same thing. We're nearly in tears just to think about, and all of us, Sharon, it's like we're all in the place where if we could impact just one person, it's worth it. But yet now we've got this massive movement that's happening and a community of people who feel the same way, including our speakers. 40 speakers and 50 gifts and giveaways and just value for people to say, hey, there ain't no way you're not going to have a good Christmas this year just by showing up to this summit, in early Christmas too. But I look back just a year ago, Sharon, I'm not the same person. I don't think the same. I don't act the same. I don't feel the same. There's just this atmosphere around me of positivity. Now, and you know me, Sharon, I'm a warrior. I know courage. I know how to fight. I've been beat down and left for dead more times than I can count, but it's just different now. And it's like if even I feel a glimmer of hopelessness or discouragement, it dissipates so quickly now. Like I don't accept it. It doesn't stick around. And I know I can pick up the phone and call you. I can call Boomy. I can call Giselle. I can call Martin. It doesn't matter. It's just like we have so created a impenetrable bond, if you will, that is not only adding strength to who we are as individuals, it's literally catapulting us and accelerating our lives at a rate that we could never possibly see happen on our own, right?
Absolutely. Well, and that's the thing, is like the blind spot, right? We need people to see the blind spot. There's no one person, no matter how smart, genius, whatnot, that has perspective, full perspective on their life. Like we can try, we can create distance from the impact to the reaction, but until we have others that are looking into our lives, speaking into our business, our health, our mindset, we don't see where those pitfalls are. And I hear the revenue roller coaster, I hear the emotional roller coaster so often. But if you have the community, right, that will pull you back up, and you have the trust that you can call at your darkest hour, at your highest peak, it creates ease. It creates confidence. And so if we bring one person, like you said, or our top 5, 10 people that we cannot leave behind, lock arms with them, get to this summit for the space where they can be in the right mindset, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and accept, right? It's so hard for us to accept gifts, but accept others giving into you, that you don't have to carry it alone. You don't have to be the warrior alone. It is the army. It is the people that are in arms with you that make it happen, right?
That's right, Sharon. Oh, I love that. And you said it. I mean, we could have easily named this summit Avoiding the Pitfall Summit, because it's really what it is, you know, that people who have gone out ahead of us, and it's why we're all together, isn't it? Because our business coach is one of them who is teaching us during the summit, Pat Quinn, have showed up to help us avoid the pitfalls and around the mountain, you know, in certain aspects of our lives. And so, you know, that's what this is all about, that we are literally pioneering something. We're forerunning, helping other people to avoid the traps that would keep them from making the progress. And you know how it is, Sharon. I mean, the older we get, the more we realize time is the most precious commodity we have. And it's, you know, it's going real quick these days. I mean, it feels like to me like it's just accelerated. A day's not a day anymore. And so I go, you know, what steps am I taking each and every day? And you know, what am I doing to make sure that every day I'm growing as an individual, that I'm trying to be a better person, a better husband, a better dad, a better parent. And it's just like there's such an awareness to that now, Sharon, that every day, right, is a gift. It's an opportunity to do better, to be better. And we talked about this on our call. I was telling Boomy a little bit about our conversation last night, you know, and it's just a matter of choice, you guys. It's that you give your free will to saying, I'm just going to show up each and every day. And it's not easy. I feel stretched thin sometimes, right, Sharon? Boomy and I were talking about how I would say almost all of our team have suffered something here during the time that we've been building this out, right? And some more personal than others. Both you and I have had to deal with a family type of crisis situation, and yet here we are. Because not only do we believe in what we're doing and what we're bringing to humanity, we believe in the people that are going to be empowered by this summit. We believe in the story that you have inside of you and the potential that it has to get out there to the world and touch somebody else's life. We just don't know. Somebody right now might be ready to throw in the towel, and they could show up for the summit, or they can hear somebody speak. And again, right? Health, mindset, and business. All three areas are going to be strengthened. They're going to be fortified. They're going to be glued together like the pieces of the puzzle, right? And maybe some part that you didn't know what was missing, or you didn't know what you needed to do next. You're going to discover that. You're going to find that during our summit. And I just commend you, Sharon. Just so much appreciation for who you are and the strength that I see in your character and how you show up and give back. I just like this team. I don't even know what to say. What brought us together was so supernatural. It just blows my mind.
Amazing. Yeah, no, ditto. And I'm in such
So I would like
it's incredible. And you said it. It's just show up and take that step every day, right? That takes courage. I have friends that are stuck and yet they show up crying and not entirely sure if they want to be there, but they show up every day because they know they have something that needs to be in the world. They want to change the rules of business and whatnot. And those are the people that we're there for every day. And it's about alignment, right? We talk about the resilience piece. We just want you to shift the dial 1 or 2 degrees if you're off, or if you're feeling uncertain, because that piece can take you, and we talked about this before, right, Caleb? It can take you to your destination, or it can take you to a different continent. And so you got to constantly be redialing so that you're headed towards true north. And how you do that is perspective, is the people around you, and making sure that you have that support, that accountability. Like, that's just so critical, is that alignment. Because let's face it, clarity and confidence is not a destination, right? It's a journey. It's a practice. We got to practice clarity every single day. And there are things that are going to throw us off our game. But if we get together and instead of trying to focus on business and then go home and focus on home or mindset or health, we get to form those bridges, those connections that then my father teaches in relationships, that then makes it one, right? So he does marriage counseling, and he says the purpose of marriage, or the purpose of relationship, is that 1 + 1 = 1. Right? And so business, health, and mindset, how do we make all of those equal one? Ourselves. One journey. That's the goal.
Wow, that is powerful. So many words that you just used, Sharon, just hit home so hard. And I just found out something else we had in common. I grew up with parents who are marriage and family counselors for 25 years too. So that whole relational piece, and it's funny because, I talked about this with Giselle earlier, but this relational reciprocation, right? That there is this give take. It's not just give. It's not just take. And obviously this goes for every relational walk of life that you're in. But I see it so strong in this community. And I love that you said alignment. We just don't realize sometimes a simple little tweak can shift things so much. And sometimes it takes somebody else, right, who's looking from the outside in. We can't see it, right? Hindsight's always 20/20, but sometimes when we're right here, we can't see it. And that little tweak, that little reset of the compass to find our true north can just be life-changing.
100%. All right. So, life-changing action. Path2Powers with an S.com. Path2Powers.com. December 10th through 12th, which is this upcoming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 6 Eastern. Be with us. Have fun. Get all the gifts that make sense for you. But take that step and lock arms with someone so that we're doing it together.
Amen to that, Sharon. And if you're in a place where you feel like, oh, I don't have a lot to give back to people right now, share this with somebody else. It's one of the best Christmas gifts you can give other people. You know, even if it's not somebody who's a business owner, maybe they just need a level up in their mindset or their health. They're going to find it here. It's one of the greatest gifts that you can give. So share it. Pass it along. As Sharon said, it's absolutely free. You've got nothing to lose, and you just don't know what could happen, who you could meet. You might meet your next best friend, your business partner, your future Shark Tank investor. You don't know. They might just be waiting for you. So just show up and put yourself out there. You know, take a risk and don't be afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up for us is going to be tomorrow night on your Facebook, right? So our live stream with our expert speakers. We have Violet De Ayala, we have Chris Waddell, we have Virginia Muskis, and then we have the six of us, your hosts for the PathToPowers.com.
Wow, number 9. That's going to be exciting. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow evening. Stream live to our Facebook. You guys don't miss out on that, and pass the word on too, because these are some of the power speakers that folks are going to want to hear, and you'll get a little taste and some nuggets and probably some advance notice of what's to come. Right, Sharon?
Absolutely. Yeah, we keep dropping some secrets.
Me too.
All right, my friend.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you tuning in.
Everyone. Happy Sunday. Aloha.